Here's an example of simplifying a different kind of complex rational fraction. Well, look at this expression here. Is this a complex rational fraction? Well, if you note that 3x to the minus 1 is equal to actually 3 over x, and if you note that the quantity 3x to the minus 1 is 1 over 3x, why then we can rewrite this whole expression over here, and it looks like the following. 5 minus 3 over x and 2 plus 1 over 3x. So yep, that's a complex rational expression because both the numerator and the denominator contain rational expressions. Okay, now how are we going to work this? One method is to look at the numerator of the fraction and the denominator of the fraction and determine what's the least common denominator between the two. Well, in this particular case, you look and you say, well, let's see, I've got an x here, I've got a 3x here, so apparently the least common denominator is going to be 3x. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take that 3x, I'm going to multiply top and bottom by that least common denominator, 3x. And remember, if you multiply the top and bottom of a fraction by the same thing, it's okay. That's how we do these kind of problems. Okay. Use the distributive property on both the numerator and denominator to simplify those, and here's what we get. Let's see, in the numerator, I'm going to get 15x. The x is going to cancel with the x there, so I'm going to get 15x minus 9. In the denominator, use the distributive property again. I'm going to get 6x. And this time the 3x is going to cancel, and the whole thing is going to reduce down to 6x plus 1. Okay, now I look for opportunity to do any kind of simplification and write a final answer. I think all I can do here is factor out a 3 up in the numerator, and that leaves me with let's see, 5x minus 3 there. And the denominator doesn't look like I can factor anything out, 6x plus 1. So really, that's about the simplest I can make that one. All right, so let's see. First, what we have to do is we have to recognize in this particular problem that we had a complex rational fraction. And to that end, we have to know what raising something to the negative power means. It means taking the reciprocal of that and putting the expression in the denominator. And notice in this particular one, in the first example, the negative exponent went only with the x. And in the denominator, because of the parenthesis, the negative exponent went with both the 3 and the x. So that was the little trick on that one. We recognize the least common denominator, multiply top and bottom, use the distributive property to do the multiplication and canceled as appropriate, and then finally simplified to get our final answer.